what do you think's kind of been that rhyme or reason? Because everybody's used to it being so doggone accurate all the time.
I don't think it's a concern, really. I mean, I know this last game was tough, especially that first half, as wet as it was, and even second half, the balls were all still soaked in the first half. But no, I don't think there's any concern. I think it's just kind of the ups and downs of a season, and Jake's still playing really good football and really helping the offense get in the right situations.
What's he like off the field and dealing with that? I mean, he's a competitor, like you said, but I'm sure that kind of frustrates him to a certain extent. I mean, can you ever tell when something like that is bothering him, that he obviously wants to do better than he's doing?
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, you can tell it bothers him a little bit here and there. And, we're all competitive athletes, and we want to do the best that we can. But Jake's identity is not in football; it's in the ice, and so he doesn't let it bother too much off the field.
When you have the defense playing the way it is, how much does it affect you all? I guess maybe in a positive way, saying you have to score a touchdown every drive. Just don't turn it over. Whatever you do, that kind of thing.
I'll tell you what, it's awesome to have our defense as good as that. I mean, it really takes a lot of pressure off us, to always have to score every drive. And I mean, I guess it's a bad thing to kind of know how good they are and how they can win us games, but it also, during the week, it's like, man, we gotta kind of match their intensity in practice and kind of help them out more. We need to put more points on the board as an offense to help them out.
Yeah, to that end, I mean, you can get to this point playing so on offense when you have that good a defense to get further, because the offense clearly have to get better.
Yeah, we need to execute more, a little better in the red zone. When we get down to that red zone area, we gotta put touchdowns. We gotta get touchdowns, not just field goals. I mean, Rod's a tremendous weapon for us, but we need 6 points, not just 3 all the time.
Charlie, I think this will be more of a stress-free time for the defense without the triple option. Don't worry about it. They have to totally kind of flip their normal defensive tendencies and the way that they play football. I mean, not that they don't have a challenge, but it's not that kind of football against them.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's stress-free, but I'd say it's a lot more. Their knees are going to feel a little better come Saturday. I remember these last few years always playing triple option, and the guys over there are getting cut the entire week, and even on Thursday they're getting just cut. It's not stress-free, but yeah, they're gonna be a lot more ready, and it's not just a bizarre offense. So.
Do you and your uncle ever go back and forth about the fact that he was here during a special era, and now you're in a third straight SEC championship game? I mean, both of y'all have played at Georgia in pretty special eras.
Yeah, we talk about it, but nothing too much. We really don't talk a whole lot of football. I mean, we kind of just talk about like hunting and fishing and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Growing up in a Georgia family, though, how much was put on this rivalry as a kid and kind of as you grew up around college football?
Yeah, this game's always been the big game. I love the rivalry week thing. Anyways, all around the country, this is a big week for football. It's always been a big thing, to a lot of people in Georgia. And it's always fun to watch this game because it doesn't matter the record of each team. Each team brings just a different level of intensity and passion in this game.
What do you think about finishing up, going undefeated? Actually, I thought finishing up in a streak with 3 in a row.
It's awesome. Yeah, we definitely. I guess that was my freshman year. We lost to them at home. Yeah, but that'd be awesome to finish it at 3-1.
What do you remember about this? What does Thursday look like for you? Are you bringing people home to eat with you guys, or how does that work for you? Thanksgiving?
Yeah, I used to drive home the past first 2 years, but going back, we got to be back Friday morning-ish kind of, so it kind of hurts my back to drive home and back, so I'm probably going to stay on here this year.
Charlie, how much LSU have you seen this season? You're playing them in a couple weeks?
I haven't really. We don't really look ahead. I guess I've watched them. When we have a noon game or something, they're playing tonight. I've watched them a little bit, but nothing really. I haven't really picked them apart or anything.
You guys have done a good job of knowing that you're going to Atlanta the last couple of years and still taking care of business against Tech. Is there any challenge in that, knowing that there's a huge game the week after?
Not really. No, I mean, Coach Smart's he's always preached it. The next game, and the team's really bought into that. And we always looking forward to that next game. This is the most important game, and once we get done with that one, then we'll look to the next one.
What do you remember about that 2016 loss to Georgia Tech and sort of the mood around your team after that?
Yeah, that wasn't a fun game for sure. But I remember afterwards, definitely wasn't fun because we'd have to sit there and watch. I think Florida against Bama maybe in the SEC championship. I can't remember exactly. Definitely wasn't fun. Put a bad taste in our mouth for sure. And I guess you saw the results of that in the next season. Good season the next year.
What are your memories of this rivalry growing up in this state?
I just remember hearing about how much my just all old-time friends, my uncle and all his people just have to say about it. And I just love the passion that these rivalry games bring. You know, it doesn't matter the record or how good one team is. The passion and the excitement around this game is always there.
We can talk about the next game all day long, but everybody knows Tech is rebuilding. They're struggling. How do you maintain your focus? How do you find your motivation?
We find it every Monday. We come in for meetings. I think I was asking earlier. I mean, Coach Smart's done a really good job of getting this team to buy into the next game. It's the most important game, and don't ever look ahead to the next one. So we're going to come in this week and really prepare for Tech like it's the next one.
I think I've asked you since you first got here, but what is your relationship with your uncle Scott? And he's the one who's been through all the things that you're going through. Do you talk to him regularly during the years? Do you ever have advice or share anecdotes and memories?
Yeah, he's definitely shared a lot of memories with me from his glory days and everything. But no, I talk to my aunt and uncle a lot, Scott and Marianne a lot. Usually every week we'll text a little bit or something like that. But he don't give me too much advice. Just make sure I'm enjoying football and enjoying my time here. And we don't really get too deep into it though.
What was Saturday like for you walking off that field last time?
Yeah, it was a little emotional. I definitely teared up during the dog walk, and it's crazy how football can, how football can open up so many doorways in your life. I've met my future wife here. I've met a lot of great friends here, and so definitely there's a lot of emotions in that game, especially having my whole family out there. I was like 15 or 16 of us out there on the field. It was definitely a special day.
What have these years in Athens been like for you? You were such an offensive star. Some of these guys were high school stars, and then you have to adjust and grow up. What's this whole experience been like?
It sure has been a heck of a ride. And I've learned a lot. God's taught me a lot about being selfless, about being content in all circumstances that I'm in, and it's been really fun. I've made a lot of really long-lasting relationships. I'm definitely very fortunate to be here.
How about your observations of what Fromm is going through right now? It looks like he's struggling. A lot of barking from the outside. What are your thoughts? What are your observations?
Jake's fine. He's a great quarterback. It was a little hard to throw the ball on Saturday because it was so wet and everything, but Jake's fine. He's a really good football player. He's done so much for this offense. He does a lot more than a lot of people know. Getting us in the right situations when they're blitzing and stuff. He does a lot for us. Jake's a great quarterback, and we're lucky to have him.
How about his current mindset and level of confidence?
I think he's rock solid. He's good.
What about the offense overall? I mean, obviously, you guys know you're going to play LSU. They're putting up 50 points a game in the SEC championship game. The narrative's going to be Georgia can't keep up with that kind of thing. You're not scoring at that rate. Is there an offensive problem? Are y'all having offensive issues?
As far as LSU, we're not really looking forward to them yet, but I guess with the issue you're kind of talking about, we just got to be able to execute a little better in the red zone. We got to put touchdowns. We got to get touchdowns and not just field goals.
What are your thoughts about Rodrigo and the popularity that he has gained since starting as a walk-on?
Hot Rod, man. He is he's definitely the man of Athens. I think he gets the loudest cheers of anyone when they announce his name. But Rod's a great kicker, man. He's a really good dude. Really works so hard at what he does. Because I guess people sit there and think kicking's easy. You got one job. But heck, a lot of pressure comes on you. You know what I mean? To continue to make the amount of field goals he's had. And I've been lucky. I've got to kind of carry him off the field on one of those long field goals on Saturday. That was cool. But no, Rod's been great.
About sharing that moment, Charlie. You're the guy who jumps into your arms. What was that like for you to share that moment with Rod?
It was cool. I don't know how it kind of started. I kind of started doing it, I guess, at the beginning of the season or maybe a little bit last season. I don't really remember, but it was cool to pick up Rod. I think one time I did Superman with him. I picked him up. He was like this, showing off his muscles and everything. But it was cool, especially he's all-time leading scorer now in Georgia history. So that's
why do you think the kicker gets as big a cheer as the quarterback?
I don't know. Everyone loves Rod.
What is it about it?
I don't know. I guess he's. I don't know. People just love him though. They love his persona and charisma, I guess.
We were asking about Tay about Georgia Tech, and you were on the team the last time Georgia lost to Georgia Tech. What do you remember about that game
It wasn't fun. I remember that. Yeah, it was, I guess, my freshman year home. We lost to them. It definitely was not a fun game losing to them. But I mean, that it's 3 years later now. We beat them 2 times in a row. So now I'm on to the 3rd time. We'll be ready for them this Saturday.
Charlie, you had a situation where you've been here 4 years, you've played in all these big rivalry games. Kirby Smart was saying that Georgia has a lot of rivals. Where does this rivalry match up with, say, Florida, Tennessee, South Carolina, Auburn, and those others?
Yeah, all those other ones are really big too, but this one's just that one that you kind of just look at the end of the schedule. It's that rivalry week. There's just a different kind of grit and passion that comes into this game that you cannot lose this game. You know what I mean? You just want to beat these guys so bad. It's a really fun game to play in because there's just so much passion involved in it.
Is it fair to say, of all the rivalries you have, that this is, while some others may flip it into win, this is the one that Indiana can't afford to lose? Is that a fair way to say it?
I guess, yeah. It's just a really fun game at the end of the season to, I don't know, just get after it and play some just old school Georgia football.
Is it any chippier than